A couple of bills have been proposed to eliminate daylight savings time. We recently moved our clocks forward an hour. More and more legislators in different states are questioning whether this is a good idea. So Hawaii and Arizona are currently the two states that have stay on standard time year round. So for example, in Arizona is 2 hours behind the East Coast during part of the year and 3 hours behind the East Coast part of the year because they don't change their clocks. Initially, daylight savings was set up to give people an extra hour of sunlight in the spring and in summer evenings, which was originally thought to save energy. Now it's not so clear that that's the case. Senate Bill 99 in Oregon would let voters decide whether the state should just forget about daylight savings time altogether. Washington state lawmakers have a similar bill, which would put them on Pacific Standard Time year-round. And Texas is considering a similar bill. Now, the Texas bill is kind of funny. Their bill is more about ending government intrusion. They say that it's tyrannical and too intrusive for the government to dictate when they change clocks. The funny thing is that if you decide not to do daylight savings time, you're still adhering to what the government has established as standard time. So it's hilarious that that's the explanation in Texas, but they do have a bill anyway. Now, I actually would love to just stay on daylight savings time because I would prefer based on the time I get up, when I get up, it's light out anyway, no matter whether it's daylight savings time or standard time. I would prefer the extra hour of sunlight at the end of the day. And there's a federal law that prohibits permanently being on daylight savings time. What the federal law allows is for you to either do daylight savings and then switch back to standard time as per the federal schedule, or to simply stay on standard time. And my preference would be let's stay on daylight savings time all the time. I don't think we're really benefiting at this point, and farmers tend to agree, but with the switch. Many farmers are now saying it makes no difference for us. We have huge lights. We can do our work at any time. Originally, farming schedules and light around farming was part of the reason for the switch. I say let's stay on daylight savings time, but alas, the tyrannical federal government doesn't allow that. But seriously, that would be something to consider. I really don't see the point at this time of continuing to make the switch back to standard time. I would much prefer just having the extra hour year round. Send me your thoughts. Is there some specific reason that I'm not mentioning, I'm not thinking of, I'm not aware of for why going back and forth makes sense, or why standard time would be better than daylight savings time if we had to go year round? I really can't think of one, and I spent a bunch of time this morning researching this. On today's bonus show, an artist turns DNA from chewed gum into sculptures. In Florida, the Department of Environmental Protection can't say climate change anymore, but they haven't put it in writing. I can speculate about why on the bonus show. And this is sad. You might be eating seafood that was fed pig feces. It's an ugly story, but one that we must discuss today on the bonus show. davidpakman.com/membership to sign up, and we will talk to you on the bonus show after a fantastic show. We have a great classic interview. We're going to answer audience questions. We're going to review some older great stories and much more. Follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/dpakman.